A very good evening, students. I hope you're all regularly going through our current affairs sessions and have started making notes. As I say in almost every session, memory has its own memory. So let's try to see what has this week brought for us. So the first news that we'll be discussing, India's first UNESCO City of Literature. So when I try to talk about this, now we know that in the landmark event that was held in Kozhikode, Kerala, the city was officially declared as the first city of literature in India by UNESCO. Now this basically the prestigious recognition underscore Kozhikode's rich literary heritage and vibrant cultural landscape. Understanding the same, the ceremony was attended by prominent figures from the government, literary community, local administration, and has been celebrated this significant milestone, which laid out plans for future initiatives to enhance Kozhikode's literary performance. Understanding the same, there is a diverse contribution of Kozhikode to literature, cinema, music, and media. So try to have an understanding of the same. Notable writers, which includes two Jnanpith awardees, were recognized for their association with Kozhikode, highlighting the city's literary prowess. Now, when we try to talk about this, we know for a fact that last year CLAT had introduced the concept of culture and history in their portion. So when we try to talk about these things, it is important for you to go through it. Moving to the next news, the Indian Armed Forces Tapus. Now what is this? This has been a notable proposal to the central government to bolster its native unmanned surveillance capabilities for acquiring 10 Tapus drones. Now when we try to talk about this, 6 of these domestically manufactured drones are earmarked for the Indian Air Force, with the remaining 4 slated for allocation to the Indian Navy. So basically this will be with the forces itself. Now understanding this, the tactical airborne platform for aerial surveillance beyond horizon of 201 or Tapus BH201, which is a medium altitude long endurance MALE drone. Understanding the same, what is the origin and purpose of this? This has been developed by DRDO. Over the last few sessions, I have mentioned quite a lot of things with regards to DRDO. Make sure that you're going through all of these things without fail. And this is DRDO's Aeronautical Development Establishment, which is ADE. The Tapus BH201, which was formerly known as Rustam 2, is designed to meet India's ISTAR requirements across its armed forces. So definitely have a look at this and try to study about this in depth. Moving to the next news, ex-HOPEX. What is this? The Indian Armed Forces has deployed its Rafale fighters C-17 Globemaster and IL-78 tanker jets to Egypt for the ex-HOPEX exercise. Now what is this? This is a week-long exercise which marks the fourth joint endeavor between the Indian Air Forces and the Egyptian Air Forces. Understanding the same, the key participants here and about the aircraft is firstly the Rafale fighter jets, which has been deployed by Indian Armed Forces for the advanced combat and reconnaissance missions. Now when we try to talk about this, the C-17 Globemaster, which is known for its strategic airlift capabilities, supports logistics and the troop movements. Understanding the same, the IL-78 tankers, which provides a mid-air refueling, enhancing the operational range and endurance of participating aircraft. Finally, in the year 2022, India and Egypt celebrated its 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations, which underscores their enduring partnership. And that is one of the reasons why we have regular exercises, especially the military exercises with many such countries. So try to understand these analogies and why do we celebrate or why do we have such exercises. So have a look at all of these things. Moving to the next news, another important news or a development by the Indian Army, which is with regards to skin ban bank facility. Now what is this? The Indian Indian Army has recently established a skin bank facility which is to aid in the treatment of severe burn injuries and other skin related conditions. Now this facility, which is first of its kind within the Armed Forces Medical Services, will serve military personnel and their families, providing a critical resource for skin grafting procedures. Now this facility, where donated skin from the deceased individual is collected and processed and stored for the future use of medical treatments, primarily for the burn victims. Understanding this, you need to understand that for almost 5 years the skin can be preserved. And the key features here of this bank will be a centralized hub where they will have specialized staff, and the conditions to store these skins will be in the proper manner. So try to understand about all of these things in depth. Coming to the next news, ICC convicts Mali insurgency chief of of crimes. Now ICC, International Criminal Court, convicts Mali insurgency chief of war crimes. Now what is this? The International Criminal Court's verdict has been guilty verdict, which when we try to say, issued for Al Hassan Ag, Abdul Aziz Ag, Muhammad Ag Mahmoud. Now this was with regards to war crimes and crimes against humanity. Now the sentencing to be determined potentially for a life imprisonment, and the charges and allegations that we discuss are something specific crimes which are with regards to torture, rape and sexual slavery, destruction of religious and historic buildings. Similarly, the crime time period is the crimes are believed to have taken place when the Al-Qaeda linked insurgents, a group well known as Ansar Dine, took over the Malian ancient city of Timbuktu in the early 2012 for almost a year. Understanding all of these things, you need to make sure that you're not only knowing about this news, but also you're trying to understand the structure of International Criminal Court as well as International Court of Justice. So make sure that you're going through both the bodies. Coming to the next news, Lieutenant General N.S. Raja Subramaniam appointed as the next Vice Chief of Army Staff. Now this Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi set to take over as the new Chief of Army Staff from June 30th. The Indian Army will see major leadership changes in its important commands and corps formation. Similarly, Lieutenant General N.S. Raja Subramaniam will take over as the next Vice Chief of Army Staff on the same day, which is June 30th, succeeding Lieutenant General Dwivedi. Similarly, Vice Chief of Army Staff is one of the most important appointments in the Army headquarters, as he looks after many important verticals of the force, including modernization and indigenization. Now, basically, indigenization and the modernization. Now, when I try to talk about all of these things, make sure that you're going through completely the news, as well as you are making sure that you have a good update about all the exercises, about all the important news that have come across in this week and in the last month, as well as this will be the last video for the month of June. So make sure that you're going through all the previous videos, because next we will meet in the month of July. Before that, make sure that your June roundup is complete. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, and see you all in the next video.